Food. Food is the most essential part of the human body because, well, I mean, it provides us the nutrients along with the energy that we need to sustain ourselves. Like, without food, we literally just die of starvation or just be really low in energy for a long time. Although, in my case, I tend to prioritize food a lot more. Though, I also like to eat a lot of junk junk food or even snacks. So, of course, it's kind of a bit tricky for me to tell on what exactly is my favorite food, or at least like what food I should eat more. Well, when it comes to like snacks, I guess, or even say confectionery treats or junk food in general, I think I prefer chips, like as in like potato chips or crisps, as people would call in say the UK, because I like how crunchy and salty they are. Right, especially the kind you see from Lay's chips. Though I also like kettle chips, like the Miss Vicky's one. Which, fun fact, my old pastor, or at least his wife, also is a huge fan of Vicky's chips and would often ask me to bring them whenever we had fellowship dinner. So it's kind of funny how we have that's like the one thing we have in common. Yeah, and other than that, I also like, I guess, Doritos or even Cheetos. So like, but most of the time I prefer the Lay's chips, and not just the classic one, but also like the wavy red kind, or even the blue lightly salted kind. Yeah, so at least like for the main chips, and basically I just like the Lay's regular salted chips, and that's about it. Right, and as for when it comes to like say candy or chocolate, I like chocolate, but most of the time I prefer white chocolate because of how creamy and light the texture is. And while I'm not opposed to milk or dark chocolate or even ruby chocolate, but I feel like white is my personal favorite. Although funny thing is I did buy this one like dark chocolate that was 100%, and I quickly found out it tasted terrible, and everyone in my family hated it because not even they could handle the taste. Yeah, and not even my dad could handle it, even though he's more used to eating bitter food compared to me, right? And I also like the mint chocolate, or especially if it's mixed with dark chocolate, because, well, why not? I mean, I did mention one of my previous videos on how my one of my favorite flavors along with vanilla is mint chocolate chip. So I mean, because, well, it also helps that mint is also seen as healthy, or at least it has a very, say, not zesty, but it has a certain flair to it that makes it all the more tasty, at least to me. And when it comes to, I guess, my favorite foods, like I mentioned some of my random things I like to talk about videos, like where I like ramen, where I basically like noodles more than say rice. Like, yeah, even though I'm Asian. Yeah, and also I guess, yeah, I think that's most of the favorite foods that or snacks or that I like to eat, at least as far as I can think about.